This week on Fishing Ventures, Ronnie Kovach and the Fishing Ventures crew are at Cedros Island. Angler educator Ronnie Kovach provides tutorials and is joined by Sergio Feinstein, director of the Owner Hooks Fishing Schools. Also joining us this week at Cedros Adventures is Chris and Kenny from Bass Knuckles Fishing Apparel. Cedros Island close and very accessible after a short plane ride from Ensenada. Cedros Adventures is your destination for the very best sport fishing for calico bass, yellowtail, and many other game fish varieties. The accommodations at Cedros Adventures is unsurpassed. Their professional and hospitable staff made our stay a memorable one. Great Cedros Adventures is next.
From Central America to Alaska and throughout the West, it's time for Fishing Ventures with Ronnie Kovach. World-renowned angler, educator, author, and lecturer, Ronnie Kovach has taught more than 50,000 anglers how to become more proficient at their favorite pastime. With conservation in mind, Ronnie Kovach's Fishing Ventures is dedicated to provide the avid sport fisherman with the where-to and how-to information to catch and release more fish.
Welcome everyone to Ronnie Kovach's Fishing Ventures on Fox Sports West. After a very comfortable van ride from our homes in Southern California, we were treated to a delicious breakfast in Ensenada and then to the airport. Cedros Adventures takes care of everything: transportation to Ensenada and a very enjoyable plane ride south along the Baja California Norte coastline, only an hour and a half to Cedros Island. And as we approach Cedros, the anticipation starts to build because we know how good the fishing is, as you will soon see in this week's episode, Great Cedros Adventures. Our first stop is the Cedros Adventures Villa, which will be our home on Cedros Island. The accommodations and view from the villa is breathtaking. More information about our accommodations later in the program, but right now we just want to go fishing. Did we say eager anticipation? Yes, indeed. And the Cedros Marina is only a couple of minutes from the Cedros Adventures Villa. Please stay with us as yellowtail will be our first targeted species. And Ronnie Kovach is the first to be hooked up on a high tide jig. All right, Ronnie. Rock and roll. Oh, that's a toad. That's a toad. All right, Ronnie.
There you go.
Score one.
There you go. On the high tide.
And our first school of yellows was right out in front of the marina. There are no long boat rides to get to the great fishing at Cedros. Stay with us. Hey, double, line taker, rock and roll on the yellowtail, Cedros Island.
These are bigger fish, man.
Cedros Yellowtail.
Yes, indeed. Socko. Bindo, rock and roll. Big fish, Serge. Look at that. big fish.
And just like that, at Cedros on a high tide jig. Yeah.
We'll get this gap and then get a couple more for the GoPro. Folks, when Fishing Ventures returns, we're going to leave the big yellows biting and take a look at the most phenomenal fishing for beautiful calico bass imaginable. And the really big yellows go on the chew. Welcome back to Fishing Ventures on Fox Sports West. This week, Ronnie Kovach and the Fishing Ventures crew are fishing with Cedros Adventures. The most incredible fishing for big yellowtail is right here at Cedros Island. And right after Ronnie Kovach gets this big yellow in on a high tide jig, our Captain Javier is going to make a very short move and take us to the best fishing for calico bass on the globe. Stay with us. What you're looking for. Yeah, nice. Look at the color here. With information on what to bring with you on your fishing expedition to Cedros Adventures, here is Ronnie Kovach.
Folks, whenever I'm heading off to an unknown expedition like this on a remote Mexican island, I'm going to try to get intel, just like the military, intelligence. Fortunately for me, my co-host in this film is Sergio Feinstein with the Owner-X Fishing School, and Serge has fished the island before. He said bring plenty of P-line. He said you're going to want to refill your spools, if not daily, sometimes even during the day. The Yellowtail and the Calicos will tear you up. Also, the Shinsei leader material is very, very critical because this is P-line's really premium fluorocarbon. Pliers, laser minnows, all of those will work. The Owner hooks, soft baits that they make, particularly the Nervous Rex and the Ribeye swim bait, which is a real sleeper. Load those things up with the Owner inshore lead heads and the Beast weedless hooks. Make sure you have some Owner Sabiki bait catchers. Plenty of high tide surface iron and yo-yo jigs, and then ultimately tons and tons. Bring as many as you can stuff into your little flambeau sack of the Yozuri crankbait. Sometimes you're going to catch as many as 2 calicos on one Yozuri crankbait, one on the front treble and one on the back treble. Have your Typhoon sunglasses and you're ready. Where does it all go? In the AZ4 flambeau tackle bag. This is what I take all over the world when I've got to pack light and tight, like on a 15 passengers single propeller plane that's going to be taking us to this island. I can only carry so much gear, and it all goes in this little AZ4 flambeau. It's got plenty of space, 3 tough tainer boxes, and I can carry loads and loads of product, lures, and accessories. Again, make sure you get the intel and make sure you pack light and tight with flambeau on your own fishing expedition.
They're starting to really chew on these Owner Nervous Rex, one of the best calico baits I've ever used for bigger calicos here in Mexico.
Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Another Nervous Rex fish.
Yeah.
Ah, they're back. No, on the surface. Free swimmers with it. Look at that on the Nervous Rex. Woo! Man, is that calico fishing or what on that Owner Nervous Rex? Look at that, on a straight wind across the surface. To where? Oh, another fish on the retrieve. Nervous Rex, boys, on the retrieve. Look at that. Look at that. Man, they're on this bait today. Owner Nervous Rex. Wow, I'm getting nervous. This is just calico pandemonium here. Fish charging the boat. ribeye. It's got ribs. It's not your normal swim bait. It's actually got ribs. It creates a vibration in the water. This is what they call it, the ribeye. It's jointed right here, and then it's got ribs right there. That's just a killer. Color, look at that. Look at this baby. Calicos, open water calicos, folks. We're fishing in 120 feet of water right now. And these fish are marauders. Look at that. Let's get that in the water. She's a female.
Ooh, line taker, line taker. Welcome back to Ronnie Kovach's Fishing Ventures on Fox Sports West. Cedros Adventures on Cedros Island, Baja California Norte. Safe, fun, the best fishing in the world, and very affordable. Take a look as 8-year-old Christopher lands one of many yellows he caught at Cedros Island. Please stay with us on Ronnie Kovach's Fishing Ventures and only on Fox Sports West.
Look at that.
Folks, fishing for calico bass at Cedros Island is unsurpassed in all the West. There are reasons for that. First, there is no fishing pressure. Only a small handful of boats ever frequent this incredible fishing venue. The nutrient-rich waters of Cedros Island provide lots of bait for the calicos and yellowtail. Mackerel, sardines, krill, squid. It's all here and abundant at Cedros Island.
Oh, look at them bite. Look at those. There they are. There they are. There's one biting. There's one biting. There's one biting. He ate it. Clobbered that nervous Rex again. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
Somebody fire a jig at that.
You've heard of foamers on tuna and yellowtail. This was a foamer of calico bass.
Nice fish. Folks, this is one of the most incredible aquariums I've ever seen in my life. Emphasize seen. I'm using the Typhoon polarized sunglasses to actually act as my fish finder today. There's 3 types of bait that we're watching the yellowtail and the calico bass crash on. Krill, small mackerel, and these, I want to say little sweetie pie sardines about this big. And we're trying to find, you know, the schools of the sardines because the mackerel's too competitive. Okay, they're fighting amongst the lures, you know, themselves. The other thing is that we can actually see the calico bass when they're rolling here because we can pick up the coloration through the polarization. We're even picking out sheepshead that we want to target. We can actually see, you know, down, I would say probably 40 feet into the water column here off of Cedros Island, we can actually see the sheepshead that we want to target. Again, seeing is believing, and the bottom line is you've got to have these Typhoon polarized glasses for just optimal sight fishing, and this is sight fishing at its very, very best here.
Sergio and I are going to be dueling Yozuris here. Sergio's using the Yozuri Magnum Minnow, and I've selected the Yozuri Edge, and we're going to have a showdown here at Cedros Island with Cedros Adventures. It's Yozuri time on Ronnie Kovach's Fishing Ventures.
Oh, that was a nice fish. That's behind you.
Oh, right there, Danny. Oh, on the sashimi. Oh, nice bass.
I don't know.
Oh, you just kill that Yozuri Magnum in that sashimi color. Look at that. Look at this.
That's a dandy. Look at that.
All right, Ryan, this is
They just killed these Yozuri minnows here. These are Magnums in the prism and the sashimi colors. Boy, these are beautiful calicos on crankbaits. Wow, this is Yozuri time, big time here at Cedros Island. Look at that.
Cedros Adventures on Cedros Island, or Cedros if you prefer. The accommodations here are absolutely incredible, like an oasis. The view from your room, the professional, courteous, and hospitable staff, and the finest cuisine to be found anywhere in the world. Take a look now at the Cedros Adventures Villa, your home away from home, while enjoying the very best sport fishing imaginable. Ronnie Kovach's Fishing Ventures will be right back to Cedros Adventures on Fox Sports West. Welcome back to Ronnie Kovach's Fishing Ventures, this week coming to you from Cedros Adventures on Cedros Island. Stay with us.
Whoa.
Oh, can you believe that? Just clobbered it.
Nice fish. On the nervous wreck. Pretty fish. Look at the size of that fish. The ribeye.
Woo!
What's that, Ronnie?
Whoa! I mean, that's 5 for 5 here. Oh, man.
Look at that, man. Wally T-fish.
Boy, inhale that nervous Rex. Look at that. That's what we're talking about. That's why that bait is so hot. Look at that. Holy smokes, look at that. That's why that bait is called the Nervous Rex, because it gets nervous when these big calico get on it. Ooh, man. Nervous Rex and ribeye, both by owner. Hot, hot, hot.
Folks, you're going to go through a lot of P-line on these kinds of expeditions at Cedros Island. I mean, some of these yellows today are pushing over 40 pounds and calicos up to 8 pounds. I'm using primarily inshore here 20-pound test P-line CXX, but the trick is to add an 18 to 24-inch 30-pound test fluorocarbon P-line Shinsei leader material. That's the whole key right there, is the 30-pound test Shinsei, because what it allows me to do is to put a little bit more leverage on the fish, particularly dragging them out of these weeds and out of the rocks and boulders here. Plus, of course, the fluorocarbon is 100% invisible. This is a hot combination.
I know, it's pretty. Another one on the Nervous Rex. P-line.
That's a toad.
Yeah. On the Yozuri, yeah?
Guys, do the Uzuris work? I think so. What do you think? 2 at a time. Yeah, in Cedros.
Folks, don't go away. There's much more to come from Cedros Island.
All right, everybody, back off your drags. Keep your minds in free spool. Ronnie and Sergio will be right back on Fishing Ventures.
You're watching Fishing Ventures on Fox Sports West. This week, Ronnie Kovach and the Fishing Ventures crew are enjoying incredible fishing out of Cedros Adventures on Cedros Island, Mexico. Stay with us.
Oh, I got a big fish here. I saw him come out and eat it. He ate this Yozuri Magnum. Oh, man. This is a big fish.
Oh, it's a toad.
Oh, look at this, Danny. Oh, we got a pig here. You come down here to Cedros, you better bring your Yozuris with you. I gotta tell you something. They're chewing them.
I even took the rear hook off on this one so I could ride this more weedless in this kelp. But when you go into the kelp with one of these Yozuri Magnums, guess what you get? You get big kelp bass. This is serious calico calamity on Ronnie Kovach's Fishing Ventures.
And right now, Sergio has a big fish hooked up using an Owner 5/0 Gorilla hook. Don't go away.
Cedros Adventures, Yellowtail.
All right, talk about Javier here. Look at
Javier, our captain.
Folks, even your favorite song has to come to an end. We hate to leave Cedros Adventures, but we will be back real soon. Fishing Ventures is produced by Danny Jackson Television Productions, executive producer Ronnie Kovach.